Welcome friends to the Beaver Dam. We are looking at Tuesday's tips for new players once again, and I want all of you who are experienced to remain here. I will leave a little marker for you near the end of this video so you can skip to that area if you want, but I do need all of you who are experienced to watch this video as well. This will help those of us who are getting into the game, and should you want people in the game, abso-freaking-lutely. We want as many people in this game as we can because we love Star Wars, we love this game, and we love building a community. And honestly, this has been one of my favorite communities I've ever played in any video game, because there's always a certain amount of toxicity wherever you go, but this one is just so wholesome, so much fun. You can find some really great people, and you can bask in the love of Star Wars. You can be like, hey, I got Darth Revan, and everyone will be like, oh, I love Darth Revan. That's so cool, dude. I'm so excited for you to get that character. It's an awesome community to be in. So please skip to that end area if you are a experienced player, so that way you can help out these new players. Now, new players, this is something vitally important for your roster. One of the biggest things I'm running into with this account, this is my brand new free-to-play account. I'm a couple weeks in at this point. I'm already in level 75. That would be unheard of before the free-to-play changes. There has been such an increase in overall speed for how fast that you're going to level up. It's insane how fast. You focus down your quests, you're just going to nail level up after level up after level up. I think at the end of the first day I was like level 36, which is so much. So you're going to be getting shards, you're going to be getting characters, you're going to be getting all kinds of stuff, and just trying to keep up, trying to, you know, get things done. One of the biggest problems you're going to be running into is the fact that you're going to be out of your depth constantly. Like, and I mean constantly, because before we had the time, you know, I hit level 75 on my last free-to-play account that I played through. I had like some gear 9 some gear 9 Phoenix, I had some Dark Trooper, you know, up to good star level. I had my Imperial Troopers up to gear 7 at least. Like, I had the time to kind of level up some characters, and it was kind of nice. But at this point, it's moving so fast that you really don't have time. Like, I'm still working on my stuff and getting things going, which is fine, because I really am happy that you're hitting level 85 quickly, because it means that the farms that you want to farm, you have access to quicker. You don't have to be like, oh, I have to wait until I hit level, you know, 75 to get this character. Now you can get to that level 75 rather quickly and start farming the character sooner rather than later, so you can start on your farming path of your choice. And I really do appreciate that from CG. The new player changes have been really fun, and I've really enjoyed just going through this account and kind of playing through the beginning of the game. But one of the most vitally important things for you keeping up at this point, because it's moving so fast, is going to be allies. Now, I'm not talking about allies in your little squad arena. I know every time you go to a squad arena battle, it's going to be like, do you want to be friends with this person? I'm like, that's great and all, but like, some of these people, a lot of these people honestly, are going to be like people that are just, oh, hey, I played the game for a week, I didn't enjoy it, and then I dropped out. So you're not going to have an ally that truly helps you, because you can use the leader of their squads in your different game modes, which is super helpful. And so you're looking to get yourself some really solid allies, some people who have relic characters. Now, that's a problem, because a lot of you probably don't have friends that play this game. I know I didn't. I mean, I had like 4 friends that played this game when I first started playing it, and so I had 4 good characters I could steal, and you can only steal them a couple times a day, and so you end up just being wrecked. But if you go and find yourself some relic characters, you can go into these battles and you are just going to do great things, because this might be over my level. I can't do anything because the new player changes unlocked it a little early for me and I'm not ready for it. But thanks to the allies that I have in here, I can do some solid work going through this. Now, how do you find these allies? That is a good question. Discord. Discord's your best friend. This is the Dam Discord. This is my Discord. You can find the link in the description of this video. All of the content creators have their own Discords, so take a look at, you know, Arnold's description, looks at Nooch's description in his videos. They're all going to have a Discord, and they'll all have an area in their Discord for this. It's called Ally Codes. This is people who need friends in the game, so that way they have some relic characters. You can be like, hey, got a new character and I really want, or you know, I got a new account and I really want some relic characters for allies. You can just throw it in here, people will friend it. you know. And if you go up here to the top, you can even friend my main account, and I do this for people, and I try to give them good characters in general, so I've gone through and gotten good characters for you guys. But if you have something that you're like, hey, I see this in your roster, I see that you have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, or I see you have General Anakin Skywalker, you know, I see you have this character that I really think is cool and I want to try out, you can DM me and I'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll change it to that for you. And I'll do that for you. So you can friend my main account. I'll always make room for new players. So this is your best friend. Go on Arnold's Discord, go on Nooch's Discord. As soon as you hit that, I think it's level 16 or 18, something like that. Whenever you unlock allies, it can be basically your first day playing the game, and you'll probably have allies unlocked. But whatever the level is, get it unlocked, immediately go on these Discords and find yourself some allies, because it is so fast paced now. I am so beyond my depth at this point, and the friends help so much. Plus, you get to start to ingrain yourself in the community a bit, which is really, really important, because this community is amazing. Now, that being said, you're gonna go in, you're gonna have these allies to use, and that's gonna be great for you. But let's talk a little bit about who you're able to use, and this is going to be more geared towards those who are higher players, but this is good for you to know as well, because once you get a couple relic characters into your roster, you can then help those other new players that are coming to the game, because honestly, your ally slots should be those people who can help you, and then once you get to a point where you no longer need that help, you should start filtering out your ally codes and just going through and be like, oh, I don't need him, I don't need him, and then you can start giving your ally code to those people who are asking and who are new. And so for you experienced players, going through here, you see some characters in here. The way that this works is, if I were to click this right here, well, we'll go to my main account. We'll go to my main account real quick, just so we can show you what I'm doing here. So we go into light side battles, and I want to give a character to someone who is playing, right? So we'll go into this light side battle, for instance. We'll click whatever, one of these that we want. And then you're looking right here. Okay, so none of these matter except for the leader. Whoever your leader is, that is who you're going to share to your allies. And so don't be afraid to give something without a leadership ability. That is fine. You know, so there's some great characters out there. Anyone that has a lot of AoEs is going to be fantastic for those new players. Dash Rendar has an excellent AoE. He is a fast character. He is good for this. You could also do something like Gas. You know, there's a lot of characters. You're going to steer clear away from like characters that are just single target damage, because you want them to be able to use those. Jedi Knight Revan's another really great starter character. Now, if you don't have a character with some good AoEs, that's fine. Think about the teams that new players are getting. They're getting things like Phoenix. They're getting things like Imperial Troopers up, and you can think of that, and you can give them a leader to fit alongside that. So you can just be sitting here and being like, oh, you know, they're getting Phoenix, let's give them CLS, because this leadership ability is going to activate and give them some more stats on those Phoenix team. And so you can also kind of plan around that idea as well. But I do want to point this out, depending on what game mode it is, it's going to be different. And so I want each of you that are experienced players who are looking to give out your ally code, which you should be, please give your ally code out to these new players. Please be allies with these new players. You're going to have to go through everything, and I mean everything. There's some things that you got to remember. So there's a character for light side battles. There's a character for dark side battles. So make sure you go through, do a battle with a character that's good in the leader slot. Really quick side note, if you're looking for some good characters to do for dark side, we have Darth Revan is an excellent one. General Grievous is another excellent one. Starkiller is my favorite. Be a Starkiller, if you have the basic Zeta, it makes it so his basics and AoE, so he can just AoE, AoE, AoE. It's so nice. Darth Revan, another great one. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, another great one. Any of those characters with a really good AoE is going to be excellent. And so I put Starkiller out there because I know Starkiller is one of my favorites to use on my new free-to-play account. And so there you go for that. Cantina battles, same thing. You got to make sure that you get a character out there for them to use. Also keep in mind, don't do something like Hera, because if you do Hera, everyone is using Hera as a leadership because they have Phoenix to start. and it'll make it so that way they can't use your Hera because they're already using Hera as their leader. So make sure you're not using characters that are going to be ones that they already have, because then you'll just never show up as an ally for them. Also, in challenges, these ones right here, the bounty hunter challenge, the training droid challenge, and the ability mats challenge, they do get to bring in an ally, which means for these ones you're going to have to go through your challenges just for one day. You know, maybe do it on Sunday when all of them are open. Go and just throw in whatever ally you want people to be able to use. So make sure you're going through all of these and giving them allies. The last one we have is mod battles. Mod battles is another one that you're going to have to get a leader in there for the ally. So you just go in and then you choose who your leader is. So like right here, I'm using Starkiller once again. So it really doesn't matter who else is on the team, whatever you got to do. You don't even have to finish the battle. You just have to hit battle, and then you can back out or you can finish the battle. And then at that point, whoever was in the leader slot will be saved as the ally that the people can use. So make sure you're giving them good things. Don't give them things like Boss Nass, where Boss Nass is great on your team because, you know, you have all Gungans, and so he's going to do that true damage on the AoEs. That's very cool and all, but when he's not on a Gungan team, all of a sudden he's pretty worthless for a character that you can steal. So take a look at your characters, see what you can pass out. My two favorites right now for light side and dark side is going to be Starkiller and then Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. Now, does everyone have those? Absolutely not, but they are my two favorites because Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, every time he takes a turn, can AoE and basically kill everyone. Starkiller with his basic Zeta can do the same. So they're the two characters I suggest most, but regardless, find a good character for these new players. And hey, if they reach out to you and they want to try a character, give it to them. That was one of my favorite things when I first started, is I had a buddy that played the game, and I was just like, hey, you have JMK, can I try him out? And he was like, yeah, sure. And it was my first time using a GL, and so I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I'm like reading through his kit as I'm using it, and you know, made me really want to go for JMK. So like, don't be afraid to do that kind of thing, but that's only if you're willing. Otherwise, please just do the bare minimum, get them a good character in here. Hopefully this helps those of you who are new players. Hopefully this helps those of you who are experienced players to help the new players. We want as many people playing this game as possible and to have the most fun that they can possibly have. And the new player experience it's improved immensely, but it's also has its faults with how fast it goes. So let's help the little guys out. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you have questions, please throw them in the comment section below. I love reading your guys' comments, and I love responding as well. If you have more questions that are really hard to answer, or you want a lot of opinions, you can always head over to the Discord. The damn Discord's always open to everyone, so you can head over there, get your questions answered. Hopefully this helped you guys out, and I will see you guys in the next video.